While I slept, this thing read all 3 of my emails and drafted replies. In the next 10 minutes, we build an AI employee that reads your email, drafts your replies, and messages you what matters. Completely free on your own machine. If you're like most professionals, you start every morning the same way, digging through 30, 40, 50 emails to find the 3 that actually matter. That's the first hour of your day, gone. So before we build anything, here's the finished result. Every morning before I sit down to work, I get this, a digest of everything that came in overnight. But only the stuff that matters, summarized in 1 line each. And for the emails that need answers, the replies are already drafted, sitting in my drafts folder, waiting for me to hit send. The tool is n8n, free, and it runs on your own computer. The AI brain is Ollama, a free open model running on that same machine. Total running cost, $0. No subscriptions, no API bills, and your email never leaves your house. Let's build it from scratch. Step 1. Get n8n running. If you have Docker installed, it's literally 1 command. I'll put it in the description. Paste, enter, done. Open n8n in your browser. The address is right there in the command. Sign in, and you're looking at the canvas. This is local, your machine, your data. This is where the whole employee gets built. It's first node, the trigger. This is the ears of the agent, the thing that notices when an email arrives. Search for Gmail and grab the Gmail trigger. Now connect your Google account. I won't lie to you, the Google credential setup is the fiddliest 5 minutes of the whole build. So I've linked a step-by-step guide below. Once you see the green check, you're through the hard part. Set it to check every minute on every new message. That's it. n8n is now watching the inbox 24/7. Let's pull in a real email to build with. There it is. Sender subject, the full body. I'll pin this so we can use it while we build the brain. Now the brain. And here's my favorite part of this build. There is no API bill. Add an OpenAI node right after the trigger. That node is just a connector that speaks a standard language, and we're about to point it at Ollama, a free AI engine running on our own machine. Pick the credential. Mine points at Ollama on this same server, not at OpenAI's cloud, and watch the model list load live from my own machine. I'm choosing Qwen 2.5, a small open model. It's free, it's plenty smart for email, and here's the part that matters. Your email never leaves your computer. Nobody else's cloud ever sees it. Here's the prompt, and this is where the magic actually lives. I'm telling it, you are my email assistant. Read this email. Return JSON with 3 fields. Category, urgent, needs reply, FYI, or ignore. Summary, 1 sentence, plain English, and needs reply, true or false. Then I drag the actual email, subject and body, straight from the trigger into the message. See these little pills? That's live data flowing between nodes. And I switch the output to JSON so the next nodes get clean, structured data instead of a paragraph. Test it. Look at that. It read a real email and came back with, needs a reply. Sarah's asking to reschedule. Needs a reply, true. 1 node running a free local model. And it already understands your inbox better than half the AI inbox apps, charging $30 a month. Why classify at all? Because the whole point is filtering. The newsletter gets tagged ignore, and you never hear about it. Only the emails that matter survive to the next step. Next, an F node. Simple question, does this email need a reply? If no, it skips ahead. If yes, it goes to the writer. The writer is a second AI node with a different job. Draft a reply in my voice. Short, friendly, professional. If they're asking for a meeting time, propose one. Sign off as Eric. Do not invent facts. If you don't know something, say I'll follow up. That last line helps. But stay with me because in a few minutes I'll show you on camera that no prompt makes a model fully honest. Which is exactly why the next node matters more than any prompt. And here's the most important decision in this entire build. The next node creates a Gmail draft, not a send. A draft threaded to the original email. Rule number 1 of email automation, the human presses send, always. The AI does 90% of the work. You do the 10% that protects your reputation. Anyone who tells you to auto-send AI replies to your clients has never had an AI hallucinate a meeting time. Now the agent can read and write, But it needs memory, or there's no morning digest. n8n has built-in data tables. Every processed email gets saved as one row. Who, what, category, one-line summary, and whether a draft was created. That's workflow 1. Done. Save it. The digest is its own tiny workflow, 2 workflows total, and that separation is what most tutorials skip. It starts with a schedule trigger. Pick the hour it fires every morning before your workday starts. It grabs every row from the last 24 hours, and a small code node, a few lines, copy them from the description, formats them into one clean message. Counts at the top, urgent stuff first, ignored stuff, just a number. Delivery is Telegram because it's free and it actually pushes to your phone. You create your bot by messaging botfather/newbot, give it a name, and it hands you a token. That token goes into n8n's Telegram credential, add your chat ID, guide below, hit test, and there's the green check, connected to the real bot. Run it once manually and there it is. Okay, true. That exact message just landed in my Telegram. That's the whole machine. Watch, think, draft, remember, report. Never trust an automation you haven't watched work. So let's attack it with 3 test emails: an urgent meeting change, a junk newsletter, and a billing question. Within a minute, execution 1 fires. Watch the path, the trigger catches it, Ollama classifies it, urgent. And my agent has 1 extra branch for exactly this case. Urgent emails don't wait for the morning digest. They ping my Telegram the moment they land. The newsletter, classified ignore. No draft, no noise. It just gets counted. This is the filter doing its job. And the invoice question, summarized, and a full reply written. But hold on, watch this. The draft says the invoice already includes the revision. It doesn't know that. It guessed a detail. That right there is why the agent drafts and never sends. I read it, I fix 1 line, I press send. The AI did the 5 minutes of writing. Checking it cost me 10 seconds. 3 emails. The urgent one raised an instant alert. The junk got silenced, the billing question got a draft, and we caught that draft guessing, which is the safety net doing exactly its job. Now for the real test, I'm leaving it running overnight on real mail. Here are the numbers from its first night on the job, and they're real, which means they're small, and I'm showing them anyway. 3 emails came in while I slept, all of them the kind of mail that lands overnight. Newsletters and product updates. 0 were urgent, so my phone stayed silent all night, which is exactly the promise, a quiet inbox. 1 got tagged ignore and filtered without a sound. And for the other 2, the agent played it safe, called them reply needed, and wrote a suggested reply for each, sitting right there in the digest, waiting for me. Nothing sent. Nothing missed. And here are the receipts. The executions log. Every run from last night, green, and the digest was on my phone before I sat down to work. Was it perfect? No. You watched it guess a fact in a draft a few minutes ago. And last night, 2 of those 3 were newsletters that never really needed a reply. The agent was overeager, the way every new employee is on day 1. And that's the honest pitch. These agents aren't magic. They're trainable. When one makes a call you don't like, you add 1 plain English sentence to the prompt. Newsletters never need replies. And from then on, it decides your way. A trainable employee that costs $0 a month is worth an afternoon of setup. Before you build this, 4 honest things. 1. Free means it runs on your own hardware, a computer that can handle a small AI model, or a $5 a month server like mine. 2. That machine has to stay on. An agent that's powered off is an employee that doesn't show up. 3. The AI will occasionally misjudge an email and you watched it guess a fact on camera today. That's exactly why it drafts and never auto-sends. And 4. If Docker and servers just aren't you, the same build works on make.com, a no-code cloud alternative. Nothing to host, drag and drop. It's paid, and your mail flows through their cloud instead of your own machine. But it's the honest shortcut. Link below. One last thing, because it's the whole point of this channel. Everything you watched today was the real system, running live. Real emails, real model calls, real sends, real numbers. We cut out the waiting. We didn't change what happened. The workflow file and every prompt are below, free. Subscribe for more real builds. Set it once, it runs itself.